What is going on, tribe, and how are we doing on this fine weekend? It's right, that's me, your boy Scribe, wearing the smallest Vader t-shirt you've ever seen in your life. I bought this from the children's section, but it does do an accurate portrayal of all of the emotions of Darth Vader. I can relate to it on a very personal level. Anyway, let's get galactically challenged. Today we find ourselves having a little bit of fun with Fleet. Isn't it everybody's favourite game mode? Yes it is. So quick sip of tea because it is early. And your boy Scribble was up late. Those things combined make for an interesting galactic challenge. We are facing off against Holdo's Raddus fleet, and we need to do a number of things in order to complete this GC effectively. Complete the battle. We also need to win using 5 Rebel ships, which is great because Rebel is a fantastic fleet. We need to complete the battle after gaining offense up 20 times, which is probably the most difficult one to do. And we need to complete the battle after attacking out of turn 10 or more times. Now that's super easy if you're using Rebels in general because they're all about those attacks out of turn. Finally, if you do have the battle pass, you get a little bit of extra juice to your episode points to help you hit that level 50 box, which I'm sure many of you already have. You're such good eggs, especially if you've been watching my GC videos. Good on you, son. So, modifiers then. Global is a last stand. Whenever a ship's protection reaches 0%, they're going to gain retribution, and whenever they fall below 50% health, they're going to gain defense up, and if they fall below 25% health, they will have damage immunity, which is actually quite useful when the enemy gets it, because it helps drag the battle out a little bit. The global modifier on the other side then is going to be at the start of each tank's turn, they're going to gain potency up for 1 turn, and whenever they're critically hit, they're going to gain protection up for a turn, which again is actually very useful. Now the player modifier is the odds. Whenever a rebel scores a critical hit in their turn, they've got a 100% chance to attack again, reduced by 10% for bonus attacks beyond the first. Rebel allies also cannot be countered, which is nice. This is really easy, obviously, for the 10 attacks out of turn. Finally, the enemy has got Fearless Fortitude. Whenever they resist a detrimental effect from a resistance ally, whenever we resist a detrimental effect from a resistance ally, that ally is going to get a heal over time for a turn, and whenever resistance allies gain buffs, they also gain 3% potency, crit chance, crit damage until the end of battle, and 10% turn meter, which means the longer it drags out, the heavier they're going to hit. A little bit scary, but it's okay. Let's jump into it then. So I'm going to break this up into those with profundity and those without profundity, just so that we can get all the feats with 2 different rebel fleets, okay? All the feats with 2 fleets, whoa! I love it. Okay, so we're starting off with a little bit of Hans Millennium Falcon, Bistan, and Biggs. That is absolutely right. We're going back to like 2019. This was the meta at one point. So the real secret is in the reinforcements. We've got Phantom 2, we've got Ghost, we've got Cassian's U-Wing, and most importantly, we do have the Raven's Claw. The Raven's Claw is very useful because in its unique over here, the pilot ability, we've got whenever Foresight expires on a non-scoundrel rebel ally ship, they're going to gain offense up for 1 turn. That is super useful because even though we do have some rebel scoundrel ships in the terms of Hans Millennium Falcon, the others aren't, so when they lose their Foresight, they're going to get offense up. We also have the wonderful likes of Bistan's U-Wing. Bistan's U-Wing, when it uses this special over here, it's going to inflict target lock on the enemy. But most importantly, if it was already stealthed and it uses that ability, it's going to get offense up for 2 turns as well. Between Cassian's U-Wing and Bistan's U-Wing, we can stealth this bad boy quite a lot, which means lots of offense up, and it's only got a cooldown of 3, so not too terrible. And finally, we have the Phantom 2 over here. When it has no protection, it's got a 60% chance to gain advantage, defense up, foresight, and offense up, and speed up for 2 turns at the end of its turn. If the Phantom 2 is active, the Ghost also gets this. So you can see how we're trying to just build up on different sources of offense up throughout this encounter. So let's roll the footage. Alright, so the real trick with this is just trying to drag out the battle long enough. You want your Bistan to survive that opening barrage because he needs to be gaining that offense up. After that, try to clear Foresight off the enemy as frequently as possible and focus down on the enemy's comeuppance. Every time you're getting that target lock, you're going to keep your Biggs alive. Mine is still only, I think, Relic 3 or Relic 5, not very high level at all. So I want to try and get rid of that comeuppance straight away, so I'm doing those mass assists straight into damage immunity there, thanks to Millennium Falcon more than anything else. After we take him out, lickety split, isn't that nice? We just want to make sure that the enemy does not have that foresight at all. Let's do a little bit of that wiggle action, get rid of the crit hit immunity over there from the SF-17, and we get our first reinforcement. Very important, first reinforcement, we are going to call in Raven's Claw over here because we want to start gaining that offense up. So essentially, when the Raven's Claw attacks out of turn, it's going to get foresight. Obviously, we're going to be attacking out of turn quite frequently in this fleet, which means we're going to be getting foresight and passing foresight, and then when it expires, what do we get? Booyah! Offense up. Exactly right. So they've reinforced over here with the Rebel Y-Wing. We're just going to try and get some action there. You see the offense up has just been triggered there because we had foresight. Isn't that wonderful? We've got more foresight on the team on both Bistan and on Raven's Claw right now, which means it's expired and it's giving us offense up. That is how we're going to get this done. Now, obviously, the biggest threat is that we actually just deal too much damage. You can try and remove Han's Millennium Falcon, but in my experience, I've found we actually don't have any damage then, and it's just a trash fleet. So I'm going to try and keep Bistan alive just a little bit further here because we do like that offense up that he gets from when he uses his special when he's stealthed. I probably should have waited for the reinforcement because we're going to call in as a second reinforcement Cassian's U-Wing. He's going to be able to stealth Bistan for 3 turns, which means when he uses his special, more offense up. You can see all of these attacks out of turn, passing that foresight, turning that into offense up is really helping us with this development here. So second reinforcement should be our Cassian. There he is. It looks like I was having a little bit of an and an R in situation there. And if you want to, you can use the, I think it's the third special, and that will stealth Bistan for 3 turns, okay? So that will keep him stealthed, which means when he uses his special, he's going to get offense up. Another source of offense up is always good. We lose a unit here. It's our tank Biggs. Not a massive deal. At this point, we're feeling pretty comfortable in control, even if the enemy's capital ship manages to ultimate on us. It's actually okay at this point because we will still be able to drag out that battle and we should have enough damage output to actually see off the enemy, okay? Alright, so I could have done the attacks out of turn there to pass more foresight and stuff like that, but apparently I chose not to. Again, they've attacked our Raven's Claw whilst he has foresight. It's gone, which means it's converted itself over into offense up. And that's basically how we try to go about and win this battle. Drag it out as long as possible, use that Raven's Claw to get as much foresight on the team, use Bistan, use Cassian, passing that stealth, using those specials, lots and lots of offense up there. Like I said, the biggest issue is genuinely if you kill the enemy team too quickly. Alright, so finally I think we just... Do we call in? No, I thought we were going to call in the Phantom there just to potentially get another source of offense up through its unique. Ooh, we nearly lose the Raven's Claw there. That's a bit of a sad situation. There we go. Now we've lost Raven's Claw, and it looks like we're going to wrap up the battle now anyway. But I'm pretty sure if we check the stats now, we should be getting all that offense up. I can't show you the feats of using full rebels because I'd already done it in a previous video. But as you can see, gain offense up 20 times. That was a full rebel fleet, and we definitely attacked out of turn more than 10 times. Those of you with Profundity, if you want to get all the feats done, we're going to take a slightly different approach. We're going to take the standard starting lineup, Han's Millennium Falcon, Outrider, and the Rebel Y-Wing. On the bench, we're taking Ahsoka, the Taxi, or the Tide. Alrighty, so we want to start off by focusing down on the enemy's comeuppance, okay? So we're going to use the second special from the Outrider, get ourselves a little bit of speed, and then all I'm going to do is wiggle with the Millennium Falcon. When we have the opportunity, we wiggle with the Millennium Falcon, and we use the AoE where possible. We want to try and slow down this battle as much as possible. Let it drag out, okay? You do want to make sure that you clear foresight off the enemy team whenever possible, and then just focus on the comeuppance, okay? We're trying to build our way to our first reinforcement, which should really be the TIE Advanced, okay? So I'm going to do the big hit here, even though they got foresight, because it's just going to miss anyway. We get some assists, which is lovely. AoE from the Millennium Falcon. We still got an assist and another assist. Oof. Okay, so reinforcement, TIE Advanced, okay? TIE Advanced is there because it places target lock on the enemy team, and whenever an enemy has got target lock and TIE Advanced is on the field, it will always apply, which means constant source of target lock. Permanent target lock, which is great so long as the Taxi is alive. Didn't expect that to kill that so quickly, and that's okay. Let's go back over here, and we'll just focus down on the comeuppance a little bit. If we're lucky, we'll get to a situation like this. Now, I don't want to hit this with the Millennium Falcon because it will just cleanse off the damage immunity. We want to try and keep that rolling. Alrighty. Okay. Let's see. Now, I don't need to actually do anything in particular just yet. I don't really want to be dealing damage or anything, so I'm just going to spread target lock at the moment because we want target lock on as many enemy ships as possible to give us the highest opportunity to gain as much offense up as possible, okay? Good. Great, great, great. I should probably be targeting over here using the second special once again from the Outrider. And I'm just going to wiggle once again with the Millennium Falcon. Oh, wow, we don't want that happening. Okay, so second reinforcement is going to be Ahsoka Tano's Jedi Starfighter. Why? Because she's got a very nice interaction with her basic. On her basic, deal physical damage to the target enemy, 70% chance to gain offense up for 2 turns. If the enemy is target locked, grant another random ally offense up for 2 turns. 70% chance, really good odds. Offense up, brilliant. That's exactly what we want. So I'm going to pass once again, target lock over here, and then back over to the comeuppance. We want to try and get rid of that thing now. So let's do a mass assist over here. All the enemy team has got target lock at the moment. Vader is looking a little bit peaky, but it's not the worst thing in the world, truth be told. Going to cleanse off that foresight. And then all we want to do now is just use basics with Ahsoka. 70% chance to pass two attacks, essentially, 2 instances of offense up. We can use the basic from Profundity to pass another turn to Ahsoka. So she's just basicing constantly, and all that's going to really be doing is passing offense up to the whole team. And that's basically how we get it done. Okay, and we can actually drag this out at the end. A little bit of a shame that we did lose our taxi there, but it's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world that we've lost the taxi, because we do still have sources of offense up. So I'm going to do this AoE over here, of target lock, sorry, and offense up. Right, okay, so I believe it is you always want to target someone with target lock with Ahsoka and just use the basics to pass offense up. We're going to reinforce now, and we're going to call in the shuttle. The shuttle is great because when it calls in, it passes the whole team offense up. So booyah, that is 5 instances of offense up. Sorry, it only passes it to Empire allies, not the whole team. Ignore me, I'm being silly. And then we're just going to use those specials. Use those specials. If they bring out Rey's Millennium Falcon, she is the second most highest priority unit to take out, okay? We've got target lock over there on Rey's Millennium Falcon, so we want to make sure that when we're targeting somebody with the basic on Ahsoka, it's got to be someone with target lock, okay? I'm going to wiggle over here with the Millennium Falcon, and this first special over here from the Outrider should be able to place target lock as well. There we go, another instance of target lock. Wonderful. And once again, we're just going to basic with Ahsoka, and hopefully we get that offense up. That's exactly what we're looking for. I'm going to pass the turn back over to Ahsoka. More opportunities to pass offense up. Once again, boop, basic for that offense up. We're also going to... Oh, we can't do that, actually. This only applies to Empire ships. All right, let's keep on going then. The damage immunity can be very, very handy as well, because we can use that as an opportunity to constantly attack that person, and hopefully the Millennium Falcon doesn't assist and ruin our day. Alright, so still target lock over here. Who they're bringing in? They are bringing in Poe Dameron. Poe Dameron is actually terrifying in this setup. He can do boatloads of damage, like crazy levels of damage, because he does come in with that dramatic entrance. Let's go ahead and get offense up over here and flip it on back and reverse it. Now, unfortunately, what I might do is I might just pass the turn over to Outrider, just so we can get some target lock once again. Let's do that assist. There's the target lock that we're looking for. Wonderful. And I'll just basic over here. Okay, so we're just trying to drag this out once again. It is a little bit scary with that Poe Dameron in stealth the whole time. But we hopefully will survive. It's all about just dragging this out. Okay, let's get rid of that foresight from Poe Dameron. Okay, they've hit their ultimate. It's okay, though. We don't have to worry about the ultimate. The enemy can't reinforce any further. So it's just a case of dragging this out now. We'll dispel, and we'll try and get round to more target locks. That's the aim now. Get as many target locks as we possibly can. Let's do an AoE here, just to cleanse stuff off and keep the damage relatively low. If we're very lucky, what we'll do is we'll get a target lock on a unit that has got damage immunity. And hopefully then the Millennium Falcon doesn't assist. So target lock over here in the middle. Don't forget, you don't need the target lock. It's just nice because it doubles up the offense up that we gain from Ahsoka, okay? It just makes it a little bit easier. Makes it just that little bit easier. Now I'm going to try and get rid of Poe because he will eventually ramp up so much damage that he can kill us. So let's focus down him. Wonderful. The SF-17 is actually incredibly tanky in this setup because they're constantly gaining protection up. Okay, so... Oh, crap. I missed-targeted there. And then we lost Ahsoka. Oh, that's brutal. That's brutal. Okay. Either way, I think we probably managed to get enough offense ups in that battle there. If not, just keep on playing with this, and you will find that if you don't use special abilities against the SF-17, it will last quite a long time. So let's just leave this on offense up and see how it goes. All that daze coming out is really frustrating. There we go. We got the taunt back up and just dealing with the resistance Y-wing now. X-wing, Y-wing. If you're still having issues trying to get that offense up, here's the team that I recommend. We're going to go in with the Executrix. The reason we use the Executrix here is because of this first special. All allies gain 30% turn meter and offense up for 1 turn. Unfortunately, this does start on a cooldown of 2. Now, we want to try and have a fleet that's just going to drag the battle out. We don't want to deal loads of damage. So we're starting with the TIE Advanced. I'll get the TIE Bomber, and I'm going to use the Starfighter here. The Gauntlet Starfighter will just ensure that we've got enough tankiness. You could use the Scythe, but honestly, we want that reinforcement. So I'm going to take in the TIE Interceptor here. That's going to reduce our reinforcement priority. We don't need the TIE Defender. I'm going to throw in the Palp Shuttle, that's very important, and we'll get the TIE Fighter, and the final one is going to be Ahsoka. Okay, Ahsoka, as we know from previous battles, when she basics, 70% chance for offense up. If they've got target lock, can give it to another ally as well, random ally. So great sources of offense up there. They tend to go after your TIE Advanced at the start. As long as he survives the opening barrage, you'll be absolutely fine. So I'm going to wiggle, give ourselves some protection up. We want to spread target lock to the entire enemy team. As long as the taxi is alive, it's going to be permanent target lock, okay? AoEs, just to get rid of the foresight, we want to slow down their ult progress. After that, yeah, sure, let's burn them down to the ground, get rid of all of their buffs. Wonderful, they'll probably get all of them back anyway. And yeah, let's just use some abilities and stuff. Doesn't really matter. So again, we want to spread target lock to all the enemy team. First reinforcement, take out Ahsoka's Jedi Starfighter, okay? Ahsoka's Jedi Starfighter, target someone with target lock, use a basic. We didn't get that 70% chance, unfortunately. Bit of a shame, but there we go. Let's see, can we get another target lock? Wonderful, target locks across the board. That's exactly what we're looking to do. And we'll just basic with Ahsoka, offense up and offense up. That's what we are looking for. Let's strip away that over there. First special over here, Executive Order. We use that. Whole team gains offense up and 30% turn meter. Perfection. Basic with Ahsoka. More instances of offense up is all we're looking for. Alright. Use the taxi to spread target lock to all enemy team. Wonderful. Keep people alive with the gauntlet. Wonderful. And just basics from here on out. Now we're just waiting to get to our second reinforcement. Always basic with Ahsoka for the offense up. When we get to our second reinforcement, we are going to call in the shuttle over here. When we call in the shuttle, it's going to pass AoE, offense up, essentially to all Empire allies. I'm going to use the heal ability over here to keep our ship nice and healthy, and then I'm going to focus on the comeuppance. Let's just take out the comeuppance. Wonderful, comeuppance is gone. I'll use burning over here. That's going to reduce, remove their buffs. It only reduces rebel damage output. And once again, we want to try and find a target that's got target lock, use that basic, gain that offense up, and try and make sure we get target lock then on all of the enemy team. All of the enemy team. That's what we're looking for right now. Wonderful. This might well just defeat... Yeah, I thought it might. It might well just defeat the enemy. Alrighty. So, hopefully, we can drag this out just a little bit longer. Another instance here of 5 offense ups. That's exactly what we want. So we've used that twice there. I think it was 4 once, 5 another time. That's 9. Ahsoka has used plenty, and we had the reinforcement giving us an additional 4. We're at least at 15, 16, probably more, truth be told. Probably more instances. We just want to try and slow it down now. Try not to do any real damage. Unfortunately, we can't miss with TIE Advanced. Let's just see how we get on. We will use a basic over here. We gain 2 instances of offense up there. Wonderful. Exactly what we want. Let's use the heal ability. Wonderful. And we could do that. I suppose it's just basic. Great. They've got another reinforcement. That's what we're looking for. We want to try and keep them alive. If they can, by any luck of the draw, make it all the way and use their ultimate. Great. Don't use your ultimate. Don't use your ultimate. You don't actually want to kill the enemy team. You want them to use their ultimate to drag this battle out just a little bit longer, okay? He did have damage immunity there for half a second. Unfortunately, immediately took a turn. It's great when you can actually use that and they get locked in. They get completely locked in. That's super, super useful. Let's just strip this. Use a basic. Wonderful. Still alive over here. Get rid of you. And just do a wiggle. Lock the target. AoE offense up once again, and that's it. We've hit the offense ups. You can quite happily just finish off now. They'll probably use their ultimate next. Just a basic with Ahsoka, more instances of offense up, a double instance there. This is definitely the easiest way, in my opinion, to rock that offense up. Let's just wrap this up then, because I think that this one is absolutely done. Not sure. They did manage to get their ultimate. They did finally get their ultimate, but they've got nothing left to reinforce with, and we are done. The enemy is completely cooked at this point. Let's have a little bit of fun. Ooh, damage immunity as well. More offense up, a little bit of wiggle action, and a basic, and a basic. Yatta! We did it! And that is going to about do it for today's episode of Galactically Challenged with your boy Scribe. I hope this was useful to you. If it was, before you go, please hit that like button, give it a comment, because I need to push this out as wide and far as possible to help me on my IVF journey. Please do support the tribe and my endeavors. Would be very, very grateful. I'll see you all in the very next video. Peace out, and may the Force be with you.